So how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a lovely morning here. And you?
Yeah. Yes, I'm also well, but it is evening right
It's
now.
evening, yes, right? Because it's the other
Yes.
side of the world.
So what is topic for today?
So I thought we could talk about the environment. It was just Earth Day last month, I think. I think it was Earth Day last week, even. And we could probably talk about the environment.
Right. Yeah, very good topic.
Yeah. So I was just like, I am very much for trying to save the environment, but I'm not an expert. So I just this morning looked at earth.org to see like what are the biggest things. And I mean, one of where I live, actually, I live in this
Mhm.
town called Leominster, and it used to be the biggest producer of plastic in the world. And we had a big sign saying, "Welcome to Leominster, the
Mhm.
plastic factory of the world." And we were very proud of that. And I use plastic all the time. I use plastic bags and I use plastic containers, but it's really a bad thing for the environment, especially when we don't recycle a lot of it. I mean, right now I put out my recycle for the recycle truck to come and take all of my stuff, but a lot of it gets thrown away and it ends up in our oceans and it ends up even in our soil, and it's like really, really bad. I mean, do you have any thoughts on like on the plastic pollution?
Yeah, I definitely have. Right now, plastic pollution is one of the plastic is one of the major pollutant for environment right now. And it is not only degrading the soil fertility, as well as it is choking, it is harming to the sea animals like fishes and lots of other marine animals. So and plastic is not good for our environment anyway, and we can see that since the day we started using plastic, okay, we are getting lots of problem, soil degradation problem, as well as we have also some disease because of plastics. Okay, people are dying because of cancer because of plastic, because I have seen and I have observed one thing. When I put something in plastic bottle, just I have to put a pickles in plastic bottle. If I put for a few months, it became rotten, and it will be not usable. But instead of putting it in a plastic bottle, if I put it into a glass bottle, then I think it remains same. Okay, so plastic is affecting everything right now, and I think usage of plastic is not only bad for the environment, also for humankind also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just so you said it, it actually, I was just looking up and I knew that it takes a really long time for it to decompose. It actually takes about 400 years. And
Yeah.
like just looking around, and I have this like plastic bottle here, and I have a plastic cup. Just like you say, when we drink water from it, we're probably getting some plastic in us. And like you said, it's in the soil. They've done like in the deserts and even Antarctica in the ice. There are
Mhm.
particles like subparticles of plastic in the ice of Antarctica. And so, as you said, like it's getting into like we're like ingesting this and probably definitely causing cancers. There was, as I said, where I live, it was the plastic capital of the world. And we have a river. And you used to be able to say, okay, what color sunglasses? We had a sunglass factory. My grandmother
Mhm.
worked for it. And so you would be able to know what color sunglasses they were making by what color the river was. Because when they made the sunglasses, they used the water from the river to like cool all of their machinery, and then they dumped it back into the river. And so as it was going down by people's houses, the river was red or it was blue, and people actually like people still played in the water, and you would like splash in the water in the summer and stuff, and there was lots of cases of people actually getting different kinds of cancers and diseases that they have traced back to all of those things being dumped into the river. We
Yeah.
now have just after, I don't know, probably 50 years of trying to make this river safe again, is now not safe to swim in, but it's safe to fish in, and it's safe to like go boating in, but not yet safe to swim in.
Right. So what measures we can take to stop the use of plastic and we can save our environment?
Yeah, so I think one thing would be to stop using the plastic water bottles. Like I don't know how often it's used in India, but people are continually drinking water in plastic water bottles because people don't think drinking water from the sink or from public water that you would get from your sink is safe. So they buy all these plastic water bottles. But what I do instead is I have a metal water bottle. So this one I can reuse. And if I don't think the water from my sink is safe, I could get a filter for it or boil the water first. But basically, I can reuse this over and over again instead of just throwing away. Or even if you are recycling those water bottles, you're still possibly ingesting the water, the plastic, because you're drinking it from the plastic water bottle. So basically, like you said, if you put those pickles inside of plastic, instead put it inside of glass, and just recycle the plastic if you're going to use it. But if you can, try not to use it. Try to use other things like metal or glass, I would say would be the best thing. It's hard for me. I'm a working mother. So often when my kids would go to school and I made their lunch, I would use all these little plastic bags that I would put their food in because it made it easier for me to pack up their things. But it's trying to get out of that habit and instead to get other things to be able to pack up. If you're going to bring your food with you, to pack it up in other things.
Right.
Packing it in glass though for kids is kind of like not the best idea though, because glass breaks.
Yeah.
What do you think would be things to do?
I think we will have to minimize the use of plastic, as soon as possible and as much as possible. Uh, because if we are not going to do it in future, we will have to face lots of problem. And right now we are facing lots of problem because of plastic. And we will have to search something new instead of plastic. Okay, because you told that you are using metal bottles, but it is not affordable for everyone. It is also,
Exactly, that's true.
yeah, it is also the truth, because it is costly. One don't have too much money to do it, but the people who has enough money, they should they should at least use metal bottles, not plastic bottles. Right now what I'm seeing, the people like cricketers, okay, who has lots of money, footballers, they are also using plastic bottles, but they can use metal bottles. So people should just be careful about it, that if they afford another thing, then they must stop using plastic.
Yes, absolutely. And also, I don't know about there, but here in our grocery stores, a lot of grocery stores, everything, all our groceries are put in plastic bags.
Yes.
And these bags, they end up, I see them like sometimes blowing down the street because they're these light bags. And we used to, when we went to the grocery store, it used to be put in groceries in paper. And now most of the time they put it in plastic. What I try to do is I have all these reusable bags that I have in my car. Some of them probably are made out of some sort of more durable plastic or cloth, but I reuse them and I bring them with me. And some places in the United States, some towns have said the grocery stores can't use these plastic bags because they're horrible. They get into the water system and they get into everywhere. They're all over the place. And so I think kind of doing that, like government's probably making laws to say you can't use the plastic bags. You like basically making it against the law to use that. So that way stores would stop using it, or stores just saying, you know what, we're not going to provide bags at all. Bring your own bags. Because if I knew that if I went to the store and they weren't going to have bags, I'm going to bring my own. But
Yes.
as a lot of Americans, we are just used to having those bags provided to us. So we don't even bother. Myself, I do bring them, but a lot of people don't. They just go to the store and bags are provided.
Right. Same here in India. If you will go to grocery shop, vegetable market, everywhere people are using plastic. Whatever, even sometimes, about samosa.
Samosa.
Samosa, yeah, one of the very famous, dishes of India, fast food of India. Okay, samosa.
Okay.
So even if people used to, bring samosa in plastic in their home. So right now, I think 98% Indians are using plastic for all the work. And the reason is that it is cheap as well as convenient. We can deny that plastic is very convenient. And because of two facts, it is cheap and other one is convenient. People are using it on larger scale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it was convenient for me as a mother and whatnot. So I would buy a lot of plastic and cheap. Absolutely. Very cheap. I think one of the things that can be used instead is paper, although I know paper is made from trees, but it can be recycled. So people can, wrap some food in paper or, get their groceries and have them put in paper bags. Or better than that, bring their own bags. I know when I visited Europe, at least Finland, you had to bring your own bags. They didn't provide bags. So I know in other countries, it's just like that's the law. You don't get a bag when you go to the grocery store. You have to bring your own with you. So if it became the habit that you knew that you were not going to be able, you would just have to carry your stuff in your arms, you're going to bring your own bags with you.
So even in India, there was time on, a government has banned plastic. Okay, they banned it, and everybody has to go with their bags to bring anything, groceries or something. Okay, but it was not successful ban. Once again, people are using the same plastic. Okay.
Yeah, it's even here. I think to the fact that even when the government does ban things, stores or businesses decide to do what they want anyway because it's not enforced. So I think until it becomes important to people in general that they think that this is important, like maybe when we end up causing so much pollution and so much problems that if Florida goes underwater because we've caused so much pollution and the ice caps melt, maybe
Mm-hmm.
people will take it seriously that there's a problem. But maybe until people's minds change, any amount of laws that the governments make, like you said, in India, they made the rule and people didn't listen to it, apparently.
Right.
So,
So yeah, I also used to celebrate Earth Day or Environment Day, before. But this year there was pandemic because I have my coaching institute, so I teach students. So I want to spread message among them that one should care about environment because right now we have to live at least 40, 50, 60 years on this planet, and uh, I don't think about the other generation. At least I have to live 40, 50 years. So, one should will have to care about it. And I teach my students, as you are right now young and you have to at least live here for 60, 70 years.
yeah.
So take care about it, okay? Lots of people think that they are doing things for the next generation. I don't think anybody care about next generation. They have to just care about themselves first right now. That if this condition will go on, then in future they will be in trouble, and every human being will be in trouble. Already we are seeing right now because of pollution, okay, air pollution. uh, I think that lots of people are dying of respiratory disease because of air pollution, and the number
Yeah.
of deaths is higher than any other disease than respiratory disease right now.
Yeah, I've read that too. And when you say, like, think about your next, 50, 70 years on this planet, well, here in the United States, before all of the Europeans and people from around the world, there were Native Americans here. And one of the things that they would actually say is that everything they decided to do, they would not just think about themselves, but they thought about the 7 generations beyond them. What would happen if they do this to the land, to the people themselves, their children, their grandchildren, and 7 generations? I know it's
Yeah.
hard to think about the generations that come after us, but we really have to think about that because the next generation, like my children, they're probably going to have shorter lives and they're going to be affected by this more than I'm going to be affected by it. So, and then my children's children even more. So yes, it's important to think about ourselves and our quality of life for 50 or 70 years that I would have left and you would have left. But I have 2 children and they might have children as well. And what about their lives? Like,
Right.
what are we leaving our children with if we do this to our planet?
Mhm.
So
So yeah, of course, we will have to take care of these things, and we will have to educate our children and upcoming generation also that they should be concerned about environment, because we are existing here because of environment.
Yes.
Lots of species has been extinct, and they are at the verge of extinction right now.
Yeah.
Why? Environment is changed. So if human being can also be extinct, there is no, because if
Mhm.
we will not take care of this environment, this earth, then we can also be extinct here. So we will have to think about this thing
Yeah.
also. Thank you very much. And we can talk. I can talk about any topic. I'm very comfortable. Okay.
Okay,
So
thank you. I
yeah. So
absolutely.
okay. So you will have to just decide any one topic. Okay. I'm ready to talk about
Okay, I
anything.
will. All right, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you very
All right,
much.
thanks.
So it's nice to meet you. Bye bye.
It's nice to meet you too. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.